Were you just given a new project and your boss wants the dashboard rough draft done quickly so they can start giving you feedback before the deadline? The fastest way to create a new dashboard is to use a template. We'll grab a template from Tableau Viz of the day. In the search bar, we'll look up Pradeep Kumar. His dashboards are great for KPIs and reporting. Let's pull up one of his dashboards and download it. Let's take a quick look at the dashboard. Open up a new sheet and we'll take a look at the fields. The first thing we need to do is show hidden fields. The second step we need to do is to unhide all of the grayed out fields. For the next step, we need to separate the raw data fields from the calcs. Let's put all of the calcs into a folder. We'll call the folder Other Calcs. Next, we need to hold down Control and left-click on all of the raw data fields, and then we are going to right-click and select the option Reset Names. Next, go up to the Data menu and add a new data source. For this example, we're using the sample Superstore data source. Let's edit the sample Superstore data source. Delete people and returns. Double-click Orders and choose Extract. Next, we'll delete any calcs, groups, or bins that we don't need. For the next step, we need to take an inventory of the fields in our dataset, the fields in the template, and then we need to map them using their data types as a guide. Let's use Excel to take an inventory of the fields. This Excel sheet shows all of the raw data fields coming from my dataset and their corresponding data types in Tableau. This next tab in Excel shows all of the metadata from the template. The last tab in Excel shows a mapping of data types and fields from my dataset with the template. Map data fields with similar data types. For example, location fields go with location fields, strings with strings, and dates with dates. The highlighted part in yellow shows fields from the template that do not have a match in my dataset. In Tableau, we'll rename the fields in my dataset to the corresponding name from the template. Make sure to name your fields exactly like the template. For this next part, we'll need to create placeholder fields for the fields highlighted in yellow. We'll put in a 1 and label it exactly like the template. We'll duplicate the field and rename it. Let's do this twice. Let's pull up the dashboard, so we can take note of the main color used in this dashboard. We'll pull up a worksheet and look at the color field and save it into our custom colors. Save a copy of the dashboard. Right-click the template's data source, Web Traffic Extract, and choose Replace Data Source. Make sure that the box for Current shows Web Traffic Extract, and the box for Replacement shows Sample Superstore. Click OK. It will take about a minute or so to load. Next, we'll scroll through the list of fields to see if any of them have any errors. The errors are usually coming from the raw data fields, so let's fix those first. Type in GA in the search bar. There are 4 errors coming from raw data fields. We need to replace references on these fields to fix them. For example, we'll right-click GA Bounces 1 and replace it with GA Bounces. We'll remove the filter and scroll through the fields to see if we have fixed all of the errors. All of the errors have been fixed. Let's take a look at the dashboard to make sure it loads. Hold down Alt and left-click to show the filters. Choose 2024 from the Year filter. Select Device Category from the filter at the top. For the next step, we'll fix the main color. Close the existing dataset. For part 2, we'll need to go through the dashboard to rename the titles and fields to correspond with our dataset.